And we are staying on that breaking news from Maryland tonight. A live look at the Francis Scott Key Bridge in the Port of Baltimore, where crews have been working on a search and rescue mission for hours after that bridge collapsed. This is the moment caught on camera. A large container cargo ship named Dolly crashing into the bridge around 1:30 this morning, forcing it to go down in the Patapsco River seconds later. 2 people were rescued overnight, but the frantic search continues tonight for 6 others still missing. Thanks for joining us. I'm Chris O'Connell.
And I'm Sheba Russell. This disaster unfolding at a critical artery for the East Coast. The removal and rebuild will take months. The cargo ship was just minutes into its journey to Sri Lanka when it collided with the bridge. Marine traffic tracking the ship from the moment it left the port of Baltimore until the time it made a Mayday call. Tonight we have crews covering all angles of the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse. Jeff Cole is looking at local impacts. Kelly Rule explains what happened.
But we start with our Jennifer Lee live in Baltimore County with the latest from authorities. And Jen, it has been an emotional time for this community.
Yeah, such a gut-wrenching day for the Baltimore community here, and we're actually standing at the approach to what is the Key Bridge. And to the right, you can see that container ship, and to the left, you can see part of the Key Bridge sticking up into the sky now. So we've been seeing a lot of search and rescue efforts in the sky as well as on the water. We know 8 construction workers were on the Key Bridge when it collapsed. 2 were rescued, but 6 are still missing. The governor of Maryland says the exclusive focus today is saving lives.
Yo!
The unthinkable moment caught on video around 1:30 this morning, the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore falling apart into the Patapsco River. The Rescue 1 team out of Baltimore City Fire Department posting pictures up close of the cargo ship Dolly. Authorities say it slammed into the bridge's column and is now partially crushed under the weight of the bridge.
It's just part of our legacy. It's Key Bridge. It's always been there.
Throughout the day, onlookers climbed this small hill to confirm with their own eyes.
The families, they're hurting. They have loved ones on that bridge.
Maryland Governor Wes Moore says 8 construction workers were patching potholes on the bridge when it collapsed.
The words that the Key Bridge is gone, it still shakes us, because for 47 years, that's all we've known.
The governor says before the crash, those on board the ship notified authorities of a power issue. He's thankful vehicles were stopped from traveling on the bridge after a Mayday call was put out. In this video, you can see the ship's lights were flickering as it approached the bridge.
You or one of your loved ones could have been on that bridge at the time. And then you think about the people that their loved ones was on there, and did they survive?
The Port of Baltimore is one of the nation's largest shipping hubs, particularly for vehicles, and more than 30,000 travelers use the Key Bridge daily. President Joe Biden says the federal government will pay for the entire cost of reconstructing the bridge, and he expects support from Congress.
This is going to take some time. The people of Baltimore can count on us, though, to stick with them at every step of the way.
So again, the focus today has been on those search and rescue efforts, but we are hearing from a company spokesperson of those construction workers, and they are not hopeful that survivors will remain given the depths of the water and length of time that they have been missing. Of course, this investigation into the crash is ongoing, and we'll continue to keep you posted. Guys?
All right, Jennifer Lee, thank you again. 6 construction workers still missing at this hour. Let's take another live look at what's left of the Key Bridge. More than 15 hours since the crash and collapse. You can see the cargo ship there crushed by the bridge in pieces. Questions remain tonight about why it crumbled so quickly.
And our Kelly Rule spoke with a professor of structural engineering at Drexel University. Kelly, we were speaking earlier today. He said he was surprised to see this bridge fall the way it did.
Yeah, Christy said he was very surprised. So he says the Francis Scott Key Bridge is a 3-span continuous truss bridge. And because of that, he says he never would have expected it to fall the way it did and how quickly it did.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
No. I mean, I was shocked when I saw it, that a bridge could go down that effortlessly.
Dr. Abi Aghayere, professor of structural engineering at Drexel University, had the same reaction most of us did watching this terrifying video this morning. A container ship striking a pier of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore, and in seconds, the bridge collapses into the water.
When that pier goes, it's no longer supporting what we call the superstructure, the truss, that supports the roadway. And if that loses its support, if it's not designed to span from this support to the next support after losing its interior support, then it goes down.
Should a bridge in the United States of America collapse like that?
It shouldn't, especially a bridge that is that critical.
Constructed in the 1970s, Dr. Aghayere says the Key Bridge is a 3-span continuous truss bridge, not segmented.
I have a support here, I have a support here, and I have another support right here and right there. And this support goes. I expect this thing to really sag, to really, really sag. That's a span on its own, so this goes down. I will expect that to still remain, but that went down too.
And again, had it done what you expected it to do, you think potentially anyone on the bridge at the time could survive?
Could survive, yeah.
Dr. Aghayere says the NTSB investigation will include examining if the bridge was in tip-top shape, but he has plenty of other questions.
Was this bridge designed to take the impact from such a huge vessel? If there were no protection systems, why were there no protection systems?
So Dr. Aghayere tells me the code for building new bridges now does include vessel impact on bridges, and sadly he says a lot of the code changes have come from failures. So fortunately this is likely an example he will be bringing up for years to come in his courses at Drexel University. Sheba and Chris, back to you.
Some interesting insight there, Kelly. All right, thank you. We want to turn to our Jeff Cole now. Jeff, we all have to be wondering, after watching this bridge collapse the way that it did, could anything like this happen to one of our bridges?
Yeah, listen, you're going to hear that question asked to the folks who run these bridges. I do want to make some sort of comment to what I just heard in Kelly's piece. The doctor there talks about, were there protective systems there? That's a question that the people at the DRPA who run the spans that cross the Delaware are asking as well. They think they're in a good position here to avoid the kind of disaster that happened in Baltimore, but they are taking second and third looks tonight. For the people in charge of the 4 spans crossing the Delaware River, linking Pennsylvania and New Jersey, the crash and collapse of Baltimore's Key Bridge is a nightmare come alive.
I've seen the video, and it is an unspeakable tragedy.
John Hanson leads the Delaware River Port Authority, known as the DRPA. It's the regional transportation agency in charge of the Ben Franklin, Walt Whitman, Commodore Barry, and Betsy Ross bridges. Could this happen here?
But we're always worrying about threats here. The safety of our bridges and the Paco train line are always at the forefront of our thinking.
Hanson says the Betsy Ross and Commodore Barry are similar to the Key Bridge, with concrete piers sitting on foundations in the river. He says after a threat assessment in 2008, safety measures were added to the Commodore Barry.
Large stone islands around those concrete piers so that a ship would run aground before it could ever get to the piers.
He says the Betsy Ross has what are called dolphins in the water near the supports, shielding them, while the Ben Franklin and Walt Whitman, both suspension bridges, are protected by shallow water.
A ship would normally run aground before it could even get to those collision protection systems because the water is so shallow.
Nearly 100 million vehicles crossed the DRPA bridges last year. Losing one to a crushing blow would be an economic strike to the region, a disaster the DRPA argues it's positioned to avoid. But it is certainly checking again on the systems that it has in place to protect these bridges. It says that it is considering yet another safety study to make sure the spans crossing the Delaware could take the big hit that happened in Baltimore this morning. Live under the Ben Franklin Bridge, I'm Jeff Cole, Fox 29 News. Folks.
can never be too careful. Jeff, thank you for that look on what's going on with our local bridges, how they're protected right now. And count on us to bring you the latest developments about the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse as we learn more over the coming days. And stay with Fox 29 on air, online, and on Fox Local.